On the 1st of January 2026, I am giving up alcohol for the whole year. That's 365 days. No breaks, no just ones, no cheating. This is the reason why. Hi, my name's Phil, and like I've just said, I'm planning on giving up alcohol for the whole of 2026. Now, there are multiple reasons for this. I have recently managed to lose a fair bit of weight over the last 12 months via using Mounjaro, as well as exercise and weight loss and things like that. And I started a channel back in May 2025 to hold myself accountable on this journey because I'd started to plateau. That channel was meant to be for me to just report back to say 10, 20 people who might follow along and be interested in seeing how my journey was going, and it blew up, and I have now got over nearly 11,500 subscribers in that short time. The point of that video was to hold me accountable for my weight loss, and the point of this video and this channel is going to be to hold me accountable for the whole of 2026. You see, as part of that weight loss journey, I've hit a massive plateau, and it's not just caused by alcohol. There are other factors, but a big part of that was adding alcohol back into my life after around an 8 or 9 month break. I stopped drinking in October 2024 and didn't drink till around May or June 2025. Since then, after losing nearly 4 stone on Mounjaro, I have struggled to get much more weight off. As I said, there are other contributing factors there, but the alcohol has been a big one. As you all know, you drink alcohol, you eat rubbish, and you don't tend to work out as much either, or you don't in my case. Now, this isn't the start of the journey. That will be happening on the 1st of January 2026. What this is just to give you a bit of background about myself. So as I said, my name's Phil, I'm 43, and I have been drinking alcohol since the age of roughly 15 or 16. It's never been a major problem in my life. I've never had it where it's caused any serious implications health-wise, job-wise, family-wise, so I'm lucky in that sense. But I have been a big social drinker, a big binge drinker, a heavy drinker at times. There was points in my 20s and 30s where I was drinking 5-6 nights a week heavily. So fortunately, like I said, there didn't seem to be any negative impact on them, and it has tailed off as I've had 2 young boys over the last 8 years. I have found it starting to creep up now in the last few months, and I'm really starting to drink too much for my liking, where it is starting to have an effect on 2 or 3 nights drinking, resulting in 2 or 3 days feeling groggy or sometimes actually hungover, which is not something I'm happy with and something I'm trying to get rid of. This, as I said, ties into the weight loss journey. I'm spending a lot of money on weight loss medication to help me lose weight, and it's plateaued. But like I said, I use that channel to help me accountable now. I'm going to be using this channel to hold me accountable. And the plan is I'll be using from the 1st of January 2026 right the way through to the 31st of December 2026. I won't be drinking a drop. There'll be no cheating. There'll be absolutely no one-offs or what-ifs or parties. And I'll be using this to document how that feels, what's going on, tough challenges, because there will be hard days, hard weeks. There'll be easy days, and I'll be sharing this whole journey with you. What I'd like is for me to try and build a community here similar to what I have on Phil which I will leave a link to down below in case anyone's interested in the Phil channel, which covers, as I said, Mounjaro and weight loss in general. It also has some good technology bits and pieces on there every now and again, because I'm trying to use as much data as I can to help me on my journeys. So what this will then do will allow me to hold myself accountable to you guys, and I want to try and build a community like I have there, where I can say to you, I've had this experience, I've had that experience, how have you found it, how have you dealt with it, or potentially I've got this coming up, what have you done to combat the effects of wanting to drink or needing to drink when you're there. Just a way, a bit of disclosure, I have stopped drinking 7 days ago, so I'm already 7 days sober at the moment. I haven't had a drop so far, and I'm not planning to drink as I fly to Poland on the 19th of December for 5 days with the family, and I'm not planning on drinking on Christmas and New Year. That will not form part of the actual journey. This is just me giving myself a prep, get myself ready and testing myself, because we know Christmas is coming up and it's such a hard time of year. If you look at the TV at the moment, virtually every advert is food and drink. And if you are sober and you're trying to stay sober, it's the toughest time of the year. I did it last year. Like I said, I went from October to May or June not drinking. So I have had a sober Christmas and New Year last year. This will be the full 12 months though. And the end goal would be do the 12 months and hopefully never drink again. I would like to never drink again. I would like to be sober for the rest of my life. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I will be sticking to this 365-day challenge. What I'd like you to do is, if you're thinking, or you're sober curious, you're thinking you might give it up yourself, if you want to come and join me for the first week in January, let me know in the comments. That's your plans. If you want to come join me for Dry January, let me know in the comments. Or if you want to try and join me for the whole 365 days, Let me know who you are, what you're thinking of doing, and if you feel comfortable, the reasons why you might want to do that. Not everyone does. Also, if you already are sober and you're on a sober journey yourself, let me know how long it's been for, how it's been going for you, what tough challenges you face, or are you over them all now? Is there any situations that you felt you couldn't deal with, but you now can much easier? I think if we share as much as we feel comfortable with in this space, and it will be a safe space, I'll be monitoring all the comments to make sure there's nobody in there being abusive or saying anything they shouldn't be. I will remove them if that happens. But what I want to do is try and build a community that can hold me accountable, I can hold you accountable, and we can spend a lot of time in the comments having a chat about what we've gone through that day, week, or month. If that sounds good to you, please subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and then you'll get notified when it finally goes live on the 1st of January. There's already quite a lot of followers who've followed me over from the Phil L channel, again, which I said I'll leave down below in the description if you are interested in that. But you've already come over to see me, so if you do recognise me for Phil L and you have come over here, because I did mention it in my last video over there, so thank you so much for following me over here. I hope this is as interesting, as fun, as informative as the videos are on that channel. This is something completely new to me. I didn't think I'd be documenting this, but it ties in so well with the two big journeys. This will be by far the biggest challenge I've ever done in my life. Losing weight, losing 4 stone in 12 months was an achievement, and I'm really proud of myself for that. This will be bigger. This is going to be tough. I'm not going to kid myself. I'm really going to struggle with this. As I said, I'm a big drinker. I'm a big binge drinker. When I drink on a Friday or Saturday or both, I'm easily getting through 6, 8, 10 cans of it, what used to be cider. I've moved to Guinness in the last 12 months, and that's how heavy I can drink in those sessions, and that can be 2 or 3 times a week, and it's not going to be easy for me. I did do a few things last year when I was not drinking, which I was really proud of myself. I went to see Luke Combs a few years ago, and I got so drunk I can barely remember the concert in Manchester, which was a real shame because the country stars don't come over here that much. And then I went to see Chris Stapleton this summer when I was sober, and that was a fantastic experience, more so because I can remember the whole thing. It really was such a chalk and cheese experience from the 2 concerts, which are roughly a year apart. So I want to enjoy things sober. I've done a holiday to Disneyland sober last November, and I've done a 40th and a wedding sober. So I can do it. I know I can do it, but committing to the whole year, it's a scary thought. Let me know in the comments if you think there's anything I should be doing to prepare. Like I said, I'm hoping, well, I won't be drinking over the Christmas and New Year. If you think there's anything I should get myself prepared for or ready for, if there's any good strategies you have or use, let me know in the comments. But most of all, come along, join in, get in the comments, talk, chat amongst each other, help each other. That's how we can all help each other to get through. Like I said, let me know if you're going to do Dry January. Let me know if you're going to follow along, or let me know if there's anything you want me to include in the updates and when they happen in the new year. But I will see you on the 1st of January, and I'll lay out in more details exactly how the channel is going to run, what it's going to be about, what it's going to cover, what things you can expect. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this journey. One other thing you might notice, if you do check out my other videos, I have a waffle section at the beginning, which is usually me waffling on for 5 or 10 minutes. I am expecting comments straight away on this video saying, my God, this lad doesn't shut up. I don't. I like to chat. I like to talk. It's called the waffle section over in there because I did waffle in the first few videos and people said, my God, he's going on and rambling on and waffling a bit. So we've got that in there. You will notice these videos are going to be quite talky. This will be a relatively short video for me. That's not your cup of tea. I completely understand. There will be shorts on the channel documenting tough times, fun times, maybe when I'm at an event and I'm not drinking, I might give a little update direct from there, use my phone and things like that. But yeah, that is just the intro to my challenge for 2026, where I will be staying sober for the whole year. If you're interested in that and you think it's something you can come along and join in with, then please subscribe and like, and I'll see you then. Bye for now.